Okay. So we're going to do 32 through, I think, like 39 on this. Looks like, yeah. I had accidentally started and then I kind of messed up, but I highlighted everything for you just so you guys can see it. So I've got my little or my big arc is red, my little arc is blue, my angle is 10x minus 22. So all I did was I substituted in. When I have crisscrossing inside and we're doing arcs, that's where you take big arc plus little arc. So all I did was substitute in, and now we're going to kind of work from there. So on this part, remember I want to get rid of this 1/2. So the first thing I'm going to do is multiply everything by 2. The tricky thing is you got to distribute that 2 across. So I got to do 10 times 2, which is 20x. And then I got to multiply that, and that gives me negative 44. These cancel out. So all I got to do is combine like terms. When I combine like terms, I get 16x. Okay, and here I get 16. Okay, subtract by 16 on both sides. That gives me 4x minus 44 equals 16. Then I'm going to have to add 44 to both sides, which gives me 4x equals 60. So if I divide by 4, x is equal to 15. Now on this it says find angle or arc DH. So I just got to plug it in for the red right here. Right there. This would be 11 times 15 plus 7. 11 times 15 is 165 plus 7 is, I'll put that 165 plus 7, and that's 172. So that's DH. Okay? All right, number 33. Mop. They give you mop. Look right here, mop. Here it is. M-O-P. M-O-P. And then they give us LMP. LMP. So if you guys can remember, I'll make that blue. If you guys remember, whenever I have an arc and then the angle, I need to double this angle to get to this arc. Or if I take this arc and I take half of it, I get here. But right now we're just going to double. So I need 2 of these blues to make 1 of these reds. So if you look, the red's going to stay the same. It's going to stay 11x minus 38. Okay. And then the blue is going to stay the same, but not really, because I need 2 of those. I need to double it. So I need 2 of these to make 1 of these. So I need to distribute. So it gives me 6x plus 82 equal to 11x minus 38. So I'm going to have to subtract 6x to both sides. That's going to give me 5x minus 38 equals 82. I'll add 38 to both sides. That gives me 120. Divide by 5. And x is 24. They don't want x in this problem. They want m and p. So check this out. They want this angle right here, NMP. Well, all I got to do is plug in and get the blue angle. So if I do the blue part, 3x plus 41, and then I substitute my green part in. Always put in parentheses when you substitute. So it's not x anymore, it's 24. When I do that, yeah, that gives me 113 Okay, but that's this angle, and they want this angle. Well, these angles are side by side, and when they're side by side, they're supplementary. So if I do 180 minus 113, angle NMP is going to equal 67 degrees. Okay, it's a lot of work. Okay, I'm just going to check this one, see if that is one you're going to need. Yes. Okay, so RU, they give you RU. RU is right here, 16x minus 13. They give you SU, which is 11x minus 24. And then they give you, that's this. And then they give you this, which is 3x plus 1, which is this angle. Okay. So our formula on this one is they crisscross outside, and we're doing arcs. So it's going to be angle equals 1/2 big arc, which I'm going to make red, big arc, minus little arc, which is green. Okay. So now we're ready to plug in here. My angle is 3x plus 1 equals 1/2. My big arc is 16x minus 13. Ooh, about missed that. Minus my little arc, which is 11x minus 24. So there's a trick to this one. See how there's a minus in there? I literally have to do, this is tricky. I have to do I have to do the opposite of both of these. So it's 16x minus 11x. So let's do that part first. Let's combine these like terms in, so it's not so messy. Okay. So I'm going to combine these like terms. 16x minus 11x. That gives me 5x. Okay. And then I got to do negative 13 minus negative 24. So it's basically doing this, negative 13 minus negative 24. Well, two minuses make a plus. So it's actually negative 13 plus 24. And when you do that, you get positive 11. Okay. So now I'm going to multiply both sides by 2 to get rid of this half. Okay. I'm running out of room. I'm going to multiply this by 2. Well, 2 times 3 is 6x. 2 times 2 is 2. This cancels out, and I get 5x plus 11. So then I got to subtract both sides, the 5x over here, and that gives me x plus 2 equals 11. Subtract 2, x equals 9. But then they want SU. So all I got to do is plug it in to this green equation here. So it's 11 times 9 minus 24, which will give me 75 degrees. Okay. Whew, that's a lot of work. Okay, let's get going on. Let's go down here to 35. So 35, we've got lines inside, and when we got lines inside, our formula is A times B equals C times D. So my A, it doesn't matter. I like to make A my X times 27, and that equals C times D, so 18 times 30. It doesn't matter which one's C and which one's D, just as long as they're on the same line. So 27 times X is 27X. 18 times 30 is 540. If I divide by 27, x equals 20. Okay, not too bad. On this one, again, it's on the inside, so I can do 14 times that. So it's going to be 14 times x plus 11. Got to put it in parentheses. And then this one is going to be 16 times 2x minus 5. Distribute. Gives me 14x plus 14 times 11 is 154. 16 times 2 is 32. X minus 16 times 5, 80. Okay. And then you always pick the smaller the x's. I think that's the easiest way to do it. So I would subtract 14 over here. When I subtract 14x over 16, 17, 18, it gives me 18x minus 180 equals 154. And then I need to add 180 over here, which gives me 234 equal to 18x. Divide by 18, and x is 13. There you go. 37, these are lines that crisscross on the outside, so the formula is a times a plus b. So let's just go ahead and do this part first. A is 7. A is 7 plus b, which is x, equals 2. C times c plus d. Well, c is 6. C is 6 plus d, which is 15. So let's distribute. 7 times 7 is 49. 6 times 6 is 30. Oh. Well, you could distribute this, or you can add them together and then distribute. But we'll just do this way for this one. 16. That's 90. Okay. When you add these, you get 126. And then you get 49 plus 7x. So I'm going to subtract 49 to both sides, and that gives me 7x equals 77, and x equals 11. Phew. Okay. This one, again, is following the same format, but I've only got one thing over here. When you only got one part of a line, that means it's a tangent, and when it's a tangent, you do a squared equals b times b plus c. So my a squared is 18 squared. B is 12. B is 12 plus c, which is x. 18 squared is 324. 12 times 12 is 144 plus 12x. If I subtract 144 to both sides, I get 180 equal to 12x. If I divide by 12, x is 15. Okay. All right. 39. Let's check it out. 39 will do. 40 we can skip. Okay. All right. So let's check this out. On this one, we've got parts outside. So it's a times a plus b equals c times c plus d. Well, my a, doesn't matter which one I pick. I'm just going to stay on top. It's 9 times 9 plus 2x minus 7. My C is 7. 7 plus 11. Let's do this easy part first. 7 times 18. I combine these. That's the easier way to do it. 7 times 18 is 126. Okay. Over here, I got to combine these like terms. So I get 9 times 2x. 9 minus 7 is positive 2. When I distribute it, I get 18x plus 18. So if I subtract 18 to both sides, I get 18x equals 108. Divide by 18, x equals 6. But on this one, it says find CD. So CD is right here. So it's going to be 2x minus 7, 2 times 6 minus 7, 12 minus 7, and that equals 5, which is equal to CD. And there you go. So that's the last page of the review. Hopefully you do well on your test.